Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have something pretty exciting. We're going to check out the Mixmaster 7-in-1 video game combo pack. It's a complete setup for gaming on consoles like Xbox One, PS4, and even Nintendo Switch. We'll start with the unboxing to see what's inside. Check out the design and quality of the keyboard, mouse, and all the included cables and connection hub. Then I'll show you how I set everything up with my Xbox One X and get it running. Finally, we'll dive into some actual gameplay in Call of Duty Warzone, so you can see how it performs in action, and I'll share my thoughts along the way. So stay tuned. We'll go step by step through unboxing, connecting, and testing this combo pack in real gaming situations. Let's get started. Part 1. Unboxing the Mixmaster 7-in-1 video game combo pack. Let's start with the unboxing of the Mixmaster 7-in-1 video game combo pack. The package arrived really well packed, and the first thing that catches your eye is this stylish bright green box. It looks modern and really stands out. The box is full of graphics, text, and even a connection diagram right, so you can already get an idea of what's inside. Opening the box, everything is neatly packed and organized. First, we have the mouse. The plastic feels a bit average, but the cable is surprisingly thick and high quality, which is great for durability. Then, there's the gaming keyboard. It's packed with buttons. They feel a bit stiff at first, but there's backlighting that looks very promising. We'll test it in a moment. Also included are all the necessary cables for connection, and most importantly, the main connection hub. It has clear labels showing exactly where to plug in the keyboard, mouse, and game controller. And then you connect the hub to your console's USB port. The hub itself uses a Type-C input, which is a nice modern touch. There's also a detailed instruction manual, which is super useful. It shows exactly how to connect everything, and even better, explains which buttons on the keyboard and mouse correspond to the buttons on the game controller. In a moment, I'll show how I connected everything to my Xbox One X and got it ready for gaming. Part 2. Connecting to Xbox One X. Now it's time to set everything up. I started by connecting my Xbox One X controller. There isn't a cable included for the controller, so I used one I already had. Before connecting, I made sure both the console and the controller were turned on. I had already plugged the keyboard and mouse into the hub. Then, I connected the whole device to the Xbox One X via USB. And immediately, the keyboard and mouse lit up. The backlighting works perfectly right out of the box. According to the manual, this device supports a variety of consoles: PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, including SX, and Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. To make sure everything really works, I launched Call of Duty Warzone. Just by navigating the game's menu, it was clear. The keyboard and mouse are fully functional with the console. Everything is recognized instantly, and the controls feel responsive. Next up, I finally started playing Call of Duty Warzone. I won't lie, my very first attempts were a total disaster. Complete chaos. But after about an hour of practice, I started getting the hang of it, and the gameplay became much smoother. In this video, I'll show around 15 minutes of gameplay, highlighting some exciting moments and giving my impressions along the way. You'll see how the keyboard and mouse perform in real action, how the controls feel, and which features really stand out during the game.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
Alright, Let's start right from the beginning, the drop and parachute opening. On the controller, all of this was handled with my right hand. But now, with the keyboard setup, everything is mapped to the left side. At first, I have to look down at the keys to figure out what to press. It's not the most convenient setup yet, but it's definitely manageable. I think with a bit of practice, it will become second nature. Moving on, during the landing, I also tried to mark a location on the map, but that didn't quite work out. I probably mixed up the keys on the keyboard again. It's a little tricky at first to get used to which key does what, especially when switching from a controller, but that's part of the learning curve. So another thing that's really inconvenient. On the screen, for example, when you want to pick up a weapon or open a crate, it tells you to press X. But now, on the keyboard, that action is mapped to R. Man, that's really confusing and it slows down the gameplay a lot. And like I mentioned before, I constantly have to look down at the keys just to make sure I'm pressing the right one. The most awkward part, in my opinion, is the slide button. When you're running, you're supposed to press B to slide, but it's right above the spacebar, which is jump. I keep accidentally hitting both buttons at the same time. It's tricky and takes some serious practice to get it right. But of course, there are some major advantages. I'm sure many PC gamers will understand this. The biggest plus is aiming with a mouse. Aiming has become so much easier, especially over long distances. I'm not a professional gamer, but I felt the difference immediately. When you use a controller, you aim with the thumb of your right hand. With a mouse, you aim using your whole arm. It feels much more natural and realistic than controlling a weapon with just one finger. Honestly, I still don't understand why there isn't a way to connect and control the game with devices that are closer to real weapons. That would make the gameplay feel way more immersive and dynamic. You'd move more and feel more in the action. Of course, that's just my personal opinion, and game and console companies probably wouldn't agree. But judging by current setups, it's clear they prefer sticking with standard controllers. A little about the game itself. As usual, I get pretty lucky, and my opponents keep dying while somehow I manage to survive. I always try to carry two weapons with different ammo types. That way, if one runs out, I can switch to the other. I've noticed that when playing against zombies, ammo seems to run out even faster, so it's something to keep an eye on. I also keep track of my armor and make sure to replenish it in time. With the new keyboard and mouse setup, I decided to take it a bit easier, staying on defense and moving less, until I get more used to the controls. It feels like a smarter approach while I'm still adapting. Also, don't forget to reload your weapons or switch to another one at the right moment during a fight. I've had more than one situation where I'm running into an attack, trying to reload, and at that exact moment, an enemy appears and takes me out. I've promised myself countless times not to make that mistake, but sometimes it still happens. The key is to reload while moving only if it's absolutely necessary, or when retreating. When planning an attack, make sure your weapon is ready before charging in. Otherwise, you're just giving your opponents an easy shot. Well, what else can I add about the game? You can see for yourselves, but I'll give you a little spoiler. We actually took first place, and I didn't die even once. The result was really interesting, but honestly, it wasn't all because of me or the new device. The biggest factor was definitely the team I got. They were just amazing. In this combat zone, I was a bit cautious and didn't want to leave my position too much, though I did manage to take out a few enemies. Remember, this game is all about teamwork. Your team is your strength, and even the best equipment can't replace good coordination. Playing smart and supporting each other is the key to winning.
Loadout drop inbound. All squad mates are in the safe zone. Squad made it to the safe zone. Gas is moving. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV is online. I'm reloading. Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal. activate. This is the end game.
One requesting recon at this time.
Remaining. 5 squads still operational in the AR. Some of your squad is outside the safe zone. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now. Enemy dropping into the AR.
I'm reloading!
And that's it for today's video. Overall, the Mixmaster 7-in-1 Combo Pack is a really cool device, but definitely has its advantages. Aiming with a mouse feels more natural. The keyboard has plenty of buttons for different actions, and the connection hub makes everything very organized. But of course, there's a learning curve. Switching from a controller to a keyboard and mouse setup takes some time. At first, it can feel awkward. You need to get used to where all the keys are, and some buttons are positioned in ways that can be tricky at first. With a bit of practice though, it becomes much easier, and you start appreciating the extra control and precision. I'd love to hear from you guys. How do you set up your keyboard for this game? Which keys do you prefer for actions like jumping, sliding, shooting, or opening crates? Do you use a similar setup? Or have you found a better combination? Leave your tips and setups in the comments below. I'm curious to see how different players map their keys. And if you try this combo pack yourself, let me know your impressions too. I think sharing experiences is one of the best ways to learn and improve in games like this. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. Until next time, happy gaming!